For those of you in the back, you can't hear me, or if you just want to go and hear my speech again, just type in Best Man Speech, templates into Google, and it'll be right at the top there. You can see everything you hear me today will be on there. Cool. It was, yeah. Self-defeated a bit. Cool. I just want to start off by saying a few words about the special relationship you see here in front of you today. Some would say a match made in heaven. You always be at each other's side no matter what. You could be unbreakable, would be unbreakable. Perfect for each other. That's a special relationship that me and James have. Me and James have known each other now for about 16 years, since year 4 in middle school, shortly after he moved over from Ireland with his family. I remember distinctly him moving up from Ireland because he had a pretty strong Irish accent. I couldn't really understand anything. Just before I say this, I don't want to offend any Irish people, but it went something along the lines of when I went to his house one time, would you like to go to my room? And I hadn't heard Irish before that, so I didn't have a clue. I knew it was something about either going to his room or something wrong, so it's kind of a win-win for me. Of course, we shortly became best friends after that, and we grew up together. I think there was maybe one time, I think we had a little tiff. I think we were playing British Bulldogs, was that right? Do you remember that? No, I got him and he just couldn't handle it. Went off in a huff. Saddest 2 weeks of my life. But he did come crumbling back, crumbling right back. Cool, so, growing up together meant we kind of shared quite a lot of interests. I began listening to rock music, and then James began listening to rock music. I started playing computer games, and then James also started playing computer games. Let's see where this is going. I decided to learn an instrument, and then James decided to learn an instrument. But the one thing that I never got from James, and I've been trying to get this for as long as I've known him, is just how much of a generally decent guy he is. He's so liked by everyone. And even when I was organising the stag do, don't worry, nothing's going to get out of that. I was organising, I thought, paintballing, what a great idea, everyone was paintballing. And one of them you can do with the stag is where it's everyone versus James. You get to pummel him and make him black and blue. And there's some guys in the group that actually said, I don't think I could do that. I like him, he's never done anything wrong to me. And even at the stag do, there's more embarrassing stories that came out about me than about James, because everyone loves to hate me, but everyone loves James for genuine. That's my posse over there. Thankfully, though, for the sake of the speech, there's a few things I can bring up. We'll get to those. For those that know James, know that he can sometimes have a little clumsy side to him. Sometimes like an innocent naivety. I don't know. There's things happen. I don't get it. This is the chap that when asked to do some simple things like pick up some steak and some wine for a barbecue, some red wine. He comes back with pork and some white wine. He did actually. That's not what people mean when they say steak. That's all I've got. Yeah, that's it. Finished. I'm not sure exactly how this happened, and I may need to confirm some details as I go through this, but this one time, pretty recently actually, Aisha's car had broken down. And of course, James is the man in the knight in shining armour that he is. He offered to help, and the car needed to be taken to a garage. So off he went. He hooked up the towing mechanism. Was it a bar or was it a wire? There's a rope, and kind of off he started to go. But something went wrong, and I do believe he hooked it up incorrectly. Was that? To the engine. To the engine. I started driving off, and it ruined the car, the poor little KA, and completely write off. I don't know how you guys managed to get through that. That's a testament to a strong relationship. Gutted. Yeah, I don't know how you guys managed to get through that. Aisha, you must have like the patience and forgiveness of a saint or something. And James, I think some guys, including me, would just like to know how you managed to talk your way through that. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, I need them lessons. One of my favourite stories about James comes from what I see as one of his best qualities. That is, James is a real believer in people. He has a keen ability to see the best in people, where a lot of us maybe they don't. He really trusts people and just always goes out of his way for people. So I just want to check, is there any intelligent people in here? Three. Is that it? So plus me, that makes what, 6? Cool. Now, I'm fairly confident that, everyone in this room, that if you're approached by a salesman in a white van, who was trying to sell you high quality discount goods, that you'd kind of just turn away and like, yeah, whatever. As you can guess, James wasn't approached by a salesman selling high quality goods at the back of a white van. The goods in question being some hi-fi home cinema tower system speakers. Yeah. Of course, they gave him the real sale, and just how great it is. They're really awesome. And James got that ching, the dollar signs. They kind of went in his eyes. He was completely under that. What was I saying? Yeah, 73%, fine. So yeah, no. But they gave him the hard sell. This is the best of the line. He's getting a huge discount. How much were they selling them to you for? Per speaker? £300 per speaker. They could quadruple the profit. This is James of his business hat on here. Of course, when he said that, he was sold, and straight off to the cash point. He got that money as fast as possible. You got to bear in mind through this, he did have a phone in his pocket, and these smartphones, they can do quite a few good things, like go on Google, find out exactly what you want to know about these speakers. But he trusted them, so they're upstanding citizens. Of course, he got them home. He finally Googled them. They were absolutely worthless, of course. Actually, the top result was sold out of a white van. It's a scam basically. It's the top result on Google. But can't wait for you to set them up in your new house though. That's I have heard that they do sound okay actually. They look alright. Aesthetically, they're quite good. He may have been slightly off the mark with those salesmen, but the one thing he got completely right was the woman he chose to marry. Yeah. And she looked absolutely amazing today. I couldn't imagine a more perfect partner for James than Aisha. I'd you to say, single guys in the room, it's a real big loss for you today. Lost a win. Ladies, no worries. barely a blip on your radar, right? Sorry? You're on LinkedIn now. When James and Aisha started first seeing each other, I thought it was pretty clear that there's something different. There's that little sparkle, that little thing in James's eye, this is the one. It's just me and Lisa. That's Lisa right over there. I can point her out if you want anyone. That's mine as well. We said, this is going somewhere. We think this could go all the way. And of course, here we are. He popped the question, and we're at the wedding. Something, probably a bit of speed is probably what I could learn from that myself. James has always been an absolutely great friend to me, but he's also been so much more. The way in which he just unconditionally loves other people. He never has a bad word to say, even when they do something to him. Still loves people just unconditionally, and he just manages to be there for me, for anyone, whenever they need it. He's more than a friend. To me, he's also a role model, and I think for many people too. And I just hope some of their qualities rub off onto me one day. If I could be half the man you are, I'll be pretty ecstatic. I think it's just pure divine destiny that he's managed to find someone who shares them identical qualities, and I just don't know if any two people that even come close to just how wonderful you two are. So it really honours me to be best man here at this wedding. It's been something new for me, I say. Wasn't expecting this. And it now gives me the privilege of just asking everyone to raise their glasses. Cool. I'll be alright. I'll grab it in a second. And I just want to raise a toast to Mr. and Mrs. James and Aisha Herring for a long, happy and fulfilling marriage together. So, ladies and gentlemen, to the bride and groom. Thank you.